guest is one of the most prolific race car drivers in the world. She just made the switch from Indy to NASCAR, which I can't wait to ask her about, and has managed to always look fantastic in the process. Please welcome Danica Patrick. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I kind of feel like I'm on Letterman or something. I like the vibe.
I've seen you on Dave's show many times.
Yeah, he used to be an owner on the team that I drove for.
Right,
so.
right. I don't know much about it, but when I did the movie Cars and we were out at Lowe's Motor Speedway doing, at NASCAR and everything, I was learning that, Indy 500 doesn't really, it's the NASCAR thing is just different. NASCAR feels this way about Indy and back and forth.
Well, it's all racing at the end of the day, and I found that a lot of fans that you watch NASCAR, and I've been driving an Indy car now for 5 years. This is the 6th year, and people will be like, hey, I love watching IndyCar too, and now you hear fans saying like, hey, I love to tune into NASCAR. So I don't know, it's all racing at the end of the day.
Yeah, I grew up going to Elkhart Lake where they qualified.
Oh yeah, up in Wisconsin. That's in Wisconsin for you guys who don't know.
Right. And really, once you're near that, my sister Kathy was always a big fan of it, and you feel that the motor and the sound and the speed.
There's nothing like the sort of sensory overload that you get of being at the track and like smelling the fuel and the burning rubber. I know this sounds so cheesy. And hearing the engines and 20 or 30 cars out there cranking 750 horsepower at 10,000 RPM. That sounded good, didn't it?
Sure did. I'm impressed. Dual exhaust, mag wheels.
Yeah.
Bondo on the sides. I'm doing old neighborhood talk. That's old neighborhood talk for me. But as a young girl growing up, how did this all happen where you said, you know what, what a choice for you to make? Unusual?
Yeah, I'm really lucky. I just grew up in a family where my parents let my sister and I do everything. I did cheerleading, volleyball, basketball, tumbling, you name it, I did it. And, so there came along racing. So it was, I found that I really liked it. I was good at it. I was fast. I mean, naturally, we do things we like to do, right? So.
Right, yeah, follow your passion. I mean, not everybody does it.
Basketball really wasn't going to do it for me.
Well, I was watching you at the Indy, and I thought...
Because I'm 5'1", so
well, basketball,
that's why
I should have laughed. I'm sorry.
I forget that people don't realize how short I am until they see me in person, so keep going. Sorry.
Well, you know why? Because you're so powerful when we see you in the car and around the racetrack, so that gives the image of, gigantic.
I thought it was just the lens.
They're
like, oh, you're so much smaller in person. I'm like, of course, implying that I look huge on TV. But anyway.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Okay, so what are we watching?
NASCAR.
This is NASCAR, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Last weekend. Tell me what's happening here in your head as this is happening. Because you avoided it the first time.
I'm like, oh, shoot, of course. But, there's so much smoke with these stock cars when they get sideways that you can't see. So if there was an in-car camera, you'd see how everything was just white. And, I couldn't see anything in front of me. So you just kind of, it's a lot like Days of Thunder, actually. Have you guys seen Days of Thunder? Where he's like, he drops the hammer and he drives through the accident, and he goes up high and he's like, I'm through it, Harry. It kind of feels like that, because I got through the first accident.
The first time you
but
went
I didn't
straight.
get through the second one. But luckily I didn't have to have like a CAT scan and stuff like Tom Cruise did afterwards. So I was good. But it was, it's always disappointing to fall out of the race, and I was just starting to get the hang of it. It was my first nationwide race, so it was disappointing to fall out at that point, but that's all right. There's a lot more to do this year. There's a lot more to go.
Well, I think that's what's so exhilarating about watching you is not only the way you race, but your attitude. And it's just so fun to see a woman get in there and do so well.
Thanks.
And really excel at it. Don't apologize for it. Have a great time.
Thanks.
And there's not even a comparison anymore. It's just you're a great athlete.
Oh, thank you. I work hard at it, and I was always brought up to work really hard and to. My parents always said that it was the saddest to see people not be able to reach their potential and to give up. And so I was always taught to just to fight the whole way, and I had good values instilled into me.
Yeah, it's obvious. We'll be right back. More with Danica.